When he woke up, Leon traveled through time without any warning. Before Leon traveled through time, he downloaded a classic game he had played before, Happy Farm, out of boredom. It was the mobile version. I was playing it while lying on the bed and fell asleep. When he woke up, he became the 12-year-old native of the Naruto world, Leon, and appeared in his current home in Konoha village. After receiving all the information about the original body, he also learned the current timeline. He is currently a classmate of Uzumaki Naruto, Akaya Sasuke and others. My deskmate is the yellow-haired boy Uzumaki Naruto, and the desk behind me is the second pillar Akaya Sasuke. Tomorrow is the day of the graduation exam. As for how Leon died Leon himself didn't know. Anyway, he didn't sense the boy presence when he woke up. Leon had parents in this mountain city until he was 10 years old. When he was about to turn 11, his parents died in battle less than a month apart while on missions. Both parents are ordinary Chunins, and both are ninjas with single attribute chakra. Before he died, he left Leon a house, enough money to use until graduation, and a scroll containing 2 ninjutsu: fire style, great fireball technique; wind style, wind cutting technique. They are all offensive ninjutsu, no defensive ninjutsu. From the information received, fire style was left by my father, and wind style was left by my mother. Generally, a Chunin has more than one ninjutsu. Leon, who traveled through time, doesn't know why his parents only left him these 2 ninjutsu. From the information received so far, Leon learned that the original body learned the 3-body technique and chakra extraction technique, as well as the ability to control chakra, from his parents. I learned some basics in school, like how to detect enemy traps and make traps. There is also basic weapon use, such as kunai, senbon, and shuriken throwing techniques. Tomorrow is the graduation exam. I am already very proficient in the 3-body technique. If I try it now, I should have no problem graduating tomorrow. If nothing had changed, Leon remembered that their class graduation exam was the art of clones. Thinking of this, Leon didn't even cook dinner and started to familiarize himself. Half an hour later, Leon was familiar with everything about himself, including the ability to climb trees. Since he didn't live in a busy street area, his independent yard had 1 or 2 big trees, which was convenient for Leon to try. I just didn't try walking on water because the conditions didn't allow it. After becoming familiar with everything, Leon felt that he should also be familiar with running on water. After all, his original parents had taught him personally before they died. The original body qualifications were not high, but not bad either. After all, he was in the same elite class as Naruto, Sasuke and the other 9 strong men. This Naruto world is actually quite dangerous. I wonder if it's too late to hug Naruto and the others' thighs now he is in the same class as Naruto and others, but they don't have a very good relationship and are just strangers to each other. In this world where bloodline is important, Leon knows that ordinary people like him have parents who are ordinary Chunins. His upper limit may be Chunin. If he is luckier, he may become special Jonin. If he is extremely lucky, he can be a Jonin at best. Although the Jonin has a certain status in Konoha, they basically don't have to worry about food and drink. But as a time traveler and someone who is familiar with Naruto, Leon finds it difficult to save his life when encountering a strong opponent, and he is not content to just be a Jonin. It is said that time travelers have golden fingers or systems to accompany them. Are you with the system? Leon muttered at home. Is there no system, or is it not the right time, or am I just not lucky enough? After waiting for a while, there was no dinging sound in my mind. Without the system and the cheat code, Leon has already seen that he will be left far behind by Naruto and Sasuke in the future, until they could no longer be seen. Forget it. Let go, try a kairaku ramen first. Leon was a relatively optimistic person, so he didn't dwell on it any further and took the money to go out and eat ramen. The location of a kairaku ramen. He knew the location through the information he received. After having delicious kairaku ramen in the afternoon, Leon went home to wash up and lay on the tatami, daydreaming. As I was thinking, I fell asleep in a daze. In the blink of an eye, it was already midnight. Leon, who was sleeping on the tatami, was suddenly swallowed by a vortex. Leon, who was originally asleep, woke up when he was swallowed by a whirlpool. When he opened his eyes, he looked at everything in front of him with surprise. Ha ha ha, I was saying it. How could a time traveler not have a cheat code and system? Leon was very familiar with the scenery in front of him. Even if he was not familiar with it, there was a transparent attribute panel in front of him. Happy Farmer, Leon from Yamashiro, 12 years old. Attributes: Fire, Wind Ninjutsu, Chakra Extraction Technique, 3-Body Technique. Physical Skills: Non-Illusion, Non-Bloodline, Non-Chakra, 120 Strength. Genin. Is this my attribute? It actually a combination of my parents' attributes, possessing both fire and wind. But this is the Naruto world. Why is my system Happy Farm? Leon asked with some headache, but the Happy Farm did not answer his question. No system elves or system intelligence. There was still no response this time, so Leon started to check on his own. This is the Happy Farm space. He already knew this when he was swallowed by the vortex. Currently, the entire farm space only has one house and 6 pieces of ordinary land. Crops are also planted on these 6 ordinary plots of land. First level crops: chakra fruit, elementary, 1 day mature, currently mature. When Leon looked at the crops on the 6 ordinary plots of land, the corresponding information appeared in his mind. This chakra fruit can be picked and eaten directly, and there is only 1 fruit on each piece of land. Eating these fruits can increase 10 chakras. So that how it is. This farm space has also changed. It not just ordinary fruits, vegetables, or other crops that are planted here. Instead, I planted crops related to the Naruto world. Let me try how this chakra fruit tastes, Leon thought. And 6 ripe chakra fruits from ordinary land flew into his hands. A chakra fruit is only the size of a cherry tomato in the previous life. I took one and it melted in my mouth without any taste. The next moment Leon felt the chakra flowing in his body and quickly began to familiarize himself with the panel. The original 120 chakras have now become 130 chakras. And the strength is still the same as that of a genin. It worked. I ate the remaining 5 as well. Seeing that the chakra fruit was effective and could really increase the amount of chakra, Leon ate them one after another without any hesitation. After eating all the chakra fruits, the chakra will become 180. I just ate it and didn't know where to get the seeds. So that how it is. A first level crop seed costs 100 taels. You can just top it up. That fine. Don't worry. Leon charged 1000 taels and spent 600 taels to plant 6 plots of chakra fruit seeds. It only takes 1 day, and by this time tomorrow, you can harvest 6 more chakra fruits. Before planting, Leon visited the mall of Happy Farm. Only the first level crop has been successfully opened so far. 1. Chakra fruit primary, 10 chakras, matures in 1 day. 2. Red fruit primary, restores all HP of genin, matures in 1 day. 3. Blue fruit primary, restores all the physical strength of the genin, matures in 1 day. 4. Spiritual fruit primary, enhance spiritual power, restore spiritual power, mature in 3 days. 5. Physical fruit primary, strengthen physical strength, strengthen the body, mature in 3 days. The price of the first 3 is 100 taels per seed, and the price of the last 2 is 200 taels per seed. Currently, Leon plans to increase his chakra first, so chakra fruits are planted on the 6 plots of land. Now in the entire Happy Farm space, except for 6 pieces of ordinary land, other pastures and fisheries are not open. He was quite satisfied with it. With this Happy Farm, the danger in the future would drop sharply, because he can enter the Happy Farm space at any time, but others cannot. This is a little bit similar to a Bidokami, but he can't bring people in, nor can he use space to kill enemies like Kakashi. The timeline of Happy Farm and the outside world is consistent. After playing for a while, Leon left the farm space and returned to the room, lying on the tatami again, and fell asleep in a short while. The next morning, Leon woke up early, ate the breakfast he made, and came to the classroom at the right time. Leon's arrival did not cause any waves in the classroom, because his predecessor was a nobody. The overall strength is neither good nor bad in the class, just in the middle. Returning to his seat, the little yellow-haired Naruto next to him ignored him and was staring at the second pillar Akaya Sasuke. Sakura Haruno in front was also arguing with Yamanaka Ino at the moment. Shikamaru was sleeping on the table as usual, while Choji was happily eating potato chips next to him. Yuzuka Kiba was communicating his feelings with Akamaru, while Hyuga Hinata was secretly watching Naruto carefully. Leon always feels like he has forgotten someone. Just when he was wondering who he had forgotten, Ruka and Mizuki came to the classroom door together. Everyone be quiet. The graduation exam will begin soon. This time the exam is about the art of clones. Ichiro Yamada, come to the next classroom to start the exam, Ruka said as he turned and walked away, followed by Mizuki and the student who was called. How could this happen? It happens that I don't know the art of clones. It over. I can't pass this exam and I can't graduate. As soon as the two teachers and the students who were called left, Leon heard Naruto mumbling to himself. This guy was still grabbing his hair, looking painful and anxious. Humphrey, you are the last one. Naruto mumbling was heard not only by Leon, but also by Akaya Sasuke behind them. Asshole Sasuke, who do you say is the last one? Believe it or not, I will beat you up. Naruto, who was already unsure about his graduation, got furious when he heard Sasuke words. Naruto, shut up. Sasuke is right. You are the last one in the group. Before Sasuke started to speak, Haruno Sakura clenched her fists and looked at Naruto threateningly. Hearing what Haruno Sakura said, Naruto felt a little lost, and even his yellow hair fell down. This scene made Sasuke and Leon frown at the same time, but neither of them said anything. Leon knew that Naruto was more concerned about Haruno Sakura at this time, and he and Naruto were not familiar with each other at the moment. He decisively gave up the idea of standing up for Naruto, because he was not sure if Naruto would protect Haruno Sakura if he really stood up for him. This made him feel quite embarrassed. The chances of this happening are quite high. Soon, Ichiro Yamada came back happily with the Konoha forehead protector. Seeing the forehead protector on his forehead, everyone knew that he had passed the graduation exam. Shuxia Zeoshin, the teacher asked me to inform you to go to the next classroom to take the graduation exam. Ichiro Yamada patted his deskmate on the shoulder and said. Zeoshin under the tree went to the next classroom very quickly. As time went by, almost all the students who took the exam next door passed. After all, it's just a test on the art of clones. As long as you have learned it, you will know the basics. It's not difficult at all. The other students in the class didn't know, but Leon, who had watched Naruto, knew. This is the graduation exam that the third Hokage prepared specifically for Uzumaki Naruto. As Yamanaka Ino, Haruno Sakura, Nara Shikamaru and others successfully graduated one by one. At this time, Kiba and Yuzuka returned to the classroom wearing the Konoha forehead protector. Naruto, it's time for you to go to the next classroom to take your graduation exam. After saying this, Yuzuka Kiba returned to his seat with Akamaru on his head. Damn it, why did it have to be the clone technique? It would have been much better if it was the transformation technique. After hearing Yuzuka Kiba announcement, Naruto's face turned pale, and he moved towards the next classroom tremblingly, muttering to himself. The only one in the class who was truly concerned and worried about Naruto was Hyuga Hinata. Time passed quickly. Not long after Naruto left the classroom, he returned with his head hung. He didn't have a forehead protector on him, and everyone could tell at a glance that Naruto had failed to graduate. Many people thought that he was indeed the last one in the class. Sasuke, it's your turn, Naruto said weakly and returned to his seat in a daze. Akaya Sasuke looked at Naruto like this, opened his mouth and was about to say something, but in the end he didn't say anything, and got up and left the classroom. Soon Sasuke returned to the classroom wearing his graduation headband. Leon, it's your turn. Akaya Sasuke glanced at Leon, said simply and stopped looking at him. Leon soon arrived in the next classroom. Leon, this graduation exam is about the art of clones. Are you ready? If you are, start right away. Ruka and Mizuki were sitting there, and there were quite a few Konoha forehead protectors on their table. Leon took a look and instantly counted that there were 8 Konoha forehead protectors left. Excluding Naruto and himself, there were 6 people who hadn't taken the exam. "Teacher, I am ready." Clone. Leon quickly formed seals, and the next moment, a clone exactly like him appeared on the left and right. "Good, Leon. Congratulations on passing the graduation exam. This is your forehead protector." Ruka handed the Konoha forehead protector to Leon on his face. Shuimu, who was standing next to him, just stood there and didn't say anything the whole time. "Okay, thank you Ruka-sensei." Leon took the Konoha forehead guard and put it on his forehead, said hello to Ruka and turned to leave. As for Mizuki, he is a traitor and Leon doesn't want to bother with him. Most ninjas wear forehead protectors on their foreheads, and Leon doesn't want to do anything special. Leon left without saying hello to Shuimu, which made Shuimu very unhappy, but he didn't say anything on the surface. Hee, don't be angry, Mr. Mizuki. Maybe Leon was too happy, so he forgot to say hello to you. Ruka was a very friendly and kind teacher, and he quickly spoke well of Leon. Snort. Shuimu just snorted coldly, then closed his eyes to rest. Seeing this, Ruka didn't say anything. A few minutes later, all the students took their graduation exams, and Ruka and Mizuki returned to the classroom. "Classmates, after 6 years of companionship, we will finally have the day of graduation. The teacher would like to congratulate you on your successful graduation. School is over now. Teams will be assigned starting at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Disband." After saying this, Ruka took Mizuki away. Although Mizuki was also a chunin, he was only the teacher assistant. They are not qualified to teach students individually. When school was over, many students did not leave and prepared to play in school. However, Leon did not stay in school any longer and left towards the vegetable market. There were a total of 30 people in the class. According to Leon's observation, he found that only Naruto did not graduate successfully, while everyone else graduated. But Leon knew that the third Hokage would never let Naruto fail to graduate, and he had plans for him in the evening. Leon also had no interest in witnessing the scene where Mizuki fooled Naruto. After all, his system is Happy Farm, not a system for witnessing famous scenes. As for Naruto stealing the Book of Seals at night, Leon would not get involved. This kind of thing was not allowed to happen to anyone except the third Hokage. Others who showed up would only die miserably, but Leon didn't consider himself an exception. With the system, he doesn't have to take that risk. During this period of time, I have been planting chakra fruits and eating them mainly to increase chakra. Although the amount of chakra cannot determine the strength of one's strength, people with more chakra are better than those with less chakra. After buying the necessary ingredients and putting the meat in the refrigerator, Leon looked at the time and it was still early. It only 9:30 in the morning, and there are still 2 or 3 hours before lunch. Leon closed the door and went to a nearby river area. Today he planned to experiment on the water. Thump. Leon was a little confused. He didn't expect to fall directly into the water. The expected scene of being able to run on the water did not appear, and he fell into the water as soon as his feet touched the water. Fortunately, this was by the river and the water was not deep, not even reaching his waist. How could this happen? Is it because of the increase in chakra? But Leon knew that his predecessor could really stand, walk or run on the water. But considering that the amount of chakra increased by 1/3 last night, the current situation is reasonable. After all, standing, walking, or even running on water requires very sophisticated chakra control abilities. Leon left the river and came to a big tree. He decided to try climbing the tree to see if there would be any problems. Fortunately, I found out the next moment that my worries were unnecessary and my ability to climb trees was still under control. So after spending half an hour, Leon completely mastered the ability to stand, walk and run on the water. The next step is to learn the ninjutsu left by my parents. He has placed the ninjutsu scroll in the house of Happy Farm, which is very safe. Leon started by learning fire style, great fireball technique. Because he had learned the hand seal technique of this ninjutsu before he traveled through time. After reading the scroll, Leon found that the hand seals were exactly the same as those he had seen in the Naruto anime. See, Wei, Shen, Hai, Wu, and Yin. Fire style, great fireball technique. Leon came to the river and cast 3 seals in 1 second. Although he was not as good as Sasuke now, he was still not as good as Kakashi and Akaiichi. But among the genin, he is still quite decent. The next moment, as he formed a seal, Leon felt chakra surge in his throat. A small fireball with a diameter of 30 centimeters flew towards the river. Ahem, why didn't anyone tell me that this great fireball technique would choke my throat and make me feel hot and uncomfortable? No wonder my parents didn't allow my predecessor to learn offensive ninjutsu when he wasn't capable enough. There is no one to teach me now, and I might end up hurting myself. Fortunately, Leon's chakra controllability is pretty good, coupled with the training and familiarity just now. The feeling that the fireball gave him just now was like a novice choking on a cigarette. Although it was a bit uncomfortable, he was not hurt. Leon looked at the panel. After so much training, the original 180 chakras were reduced to 90 chakras. I just used the great fireball technique, and 30 chakras were lost directly. Now there are only 60 chakras left. This is why Leon prioritizes growing chakra fruits to increase his own chakra content. If it were Naruto, he could spit out huge fireballs from morning to night, of course, provided he was not afraid of burning his mouth. Leon remembered the scene where Sasuke practiced the great fireball madly in order to get Fugaku praise, and thus burned his mouth. After calming down for a while, Leon formed a seal again, and the next moment a fireball with a diameter of 50 centimeters appeared. It also consumes 30 chakras, but as the proficiency increases, the fireball becomes larger. It's almost noon now, and I don't have much chakra left. I will go back to cook and take a nap to restore my chakra, and then come back to practice in the afternoon. On his way back, Leon would say hello to any familiar neighbors he met. After lunch, he took a nap. When he woke up, it was already around 3 in the afternoon. Leon then went to the river where he had trained at noon. After resting, Leon's chakra level has recovered to 180. From checking in Happy Farm, Leon knew that the chakra amount of an average chunin was 300. A chunin like Ruka is a little stronger than an ordinary chunin, but there is still a gap between him and an elite chunin. Leon guessed that Ruka chakra level was no more than 400, because the chakra bottom line for elite chunins is 500. Previously, Leon's chakra level was 120. Before he ate the chakra fruit, his chakra level was just over 100, the passing line for genin chakra. Arriving at the river, Leon began to make seals again, still 3 seals per second. Half a day was not enough for him to break through from 3 seals per second to 4 seals per second. Fire style, great fireball technique. A ball of fire appeared 10 centimeters from Leon's mouth. This is a huge fireball with a diameter of 1 meter. After holding on for a while, Leon stopped the continuous input of chakra. I looked at the panel and found that 30 chakras were consumed. The fireball was 1 meter in diameter, but it was still a little short of the normal 3 meters. Kakashi and Sasuke, who left Konoha, released 5 meters. The diameter of the wave released by Akaiichi was about 7 or 8 meters. Leon is now training to first master the normal diameter of 3 meters. At this point, he has almost completely mastered the art of fireball. This way you can learn the next ninjutsu, wind style, wind cutting technique. This is a ninjutsu that is even more powerful and bizarre than the great fireball, because wind style ninjutsu is not as easy to detect as fire style ninjutsu. Moreover, the wind kiss technique is a ninjutsu suitable for sneak attacks. The ninjas who were hit by the sneak attack either lost their arms and legs or were cut in half. Leon liked this jutsu more. If he hadn't learned the hand seal technique of the great fireball jutsu in his previous life, Leon would definitely learn this jutsu first. Throughout the afternoon, until almost dark at 6 o'clock, Leon practiced the great fireball and restored his chakra intermittently. Finally, before leaving, he expanded the diameter of the fireball from the great fireball technique to 3 meters. After I got back, I made dinner, ate, washed up and started to rest. At midnight, the system prompted me. Leon woke up. He had set it up to notify him whenever the chakra fruit was ripe. A spatial wave appeared and swallowed Leon. The next moment, Leon appeared in the happy farm space. Sure enough, the 6 chakra fruits have matured. Leon waved his hand and 6 chakra fruits flew towards him. Then Leon waved his hand again and recharged another 1,000 taels, spending 600 to buy 6 chakra fruit seeds for planting. The 6 chakra fruits melted in his mouth, and Leon's chakra amount increased from 180 to 240. Today is the day to assign teams. Before 8 o'clock in the morning, students began to arrive in the classroom one after another. Naruto, didn't you fail the exam? How come you have a forehead protector? Did you steal it? Naruto, who had failed the exam, appeared in the classroom at this time, attracting a lot of people attention. Inuzuka Kiba, who was sitting in the front row, saw him and asked curiously. Kiba's words successfully attracted the attention of more classmates, and many people looked at Naruto. Giant, don't look down on me. I passed the graduation exam and was recognized by Ruka-sensei. This forehead protector is the graduation certificate given to me by Ruka-sensei himself. Naruto pointed at the forehead protector on his forehead smugly. Just at this moment, Ruka came to the classroom. He just heard the conversation between Naruto and Inuzuka Kiba at the door. Naruto is right. He has successfully passed the exam. Everyone, return to your seats and start assigning teams immediately. As Ruka came to the podium, all the students returned to their seats. Let's start dividing the classes now. First shift, Team 6, Ikaya Matsushita, Keiko Murakami, and Leon Yamashiro. As soon as Ruka finished speaking, Leon looked at his other 2 teammates. 2 classmates with average abilities. Their class doesn't seem to have any special features, as all 3 of them are descendants of ordinary ninjas. To put it more bluntly, the 3 of them are just civilian ninjas and have nothing to do with the ninja clan. Team 7, Akaya Sasuke, Haruno Sakura. Yeah, hearing that she and Sasuke were in the same class, Haruno Sakura jumped up excitedly, and then looked at Yamanaka Ino proudly. Faced with her best friend provocation, Yamanaka Ino snorted coldly and turned her head away from Haruno Sakura in displeasure. The last member of Team 7, Uzumaki Naruto. That great, being with Sakura, if only Sasuke wasn't there. Ruka-sensei, how come Sasuke deserves to be in the same class with a genius like me? Naruto was very happy to hear that Sakura was in the same class with him. But when he thought of the arrogant Sasuke being there too, he immediately felt unhappy. Naruto, please stop it. You have the worst grades in the class, and Sasuke is the top student. It is precisely because you are the worst that I assigned you to the number 1 Sasuke class. Okay, stop talking and continue to divide the classes. Team 8, Hyuga Hinata, Aburame Shino, Inuzuka Kiba. Class 9. Team 10, Nara Shikamaru, Yamanaka Ino, Akimaki Chaji. Everyone has finished their assignments. Please don't leave the classroom now. Your team leader will be here soon. After Ruka finished his assignment, he turned around and left the classroom without staying for long. Soon, teachers came one after another, most of whom Leon didn't know. He knew people like Kurenai Yui and Asuma Saratobi. Soon there were only 6 people left, including Class 6 where Leon was. Naruto Team 7 was in the same group, and their leader, Teacher Kakashi Hatake, did not come. Leon was mentally prepared, but he didn't expect that the teacher in charge of their Class 6 didn't come either. Damn it, it's been an hour, why hasn't our team leader arrived yet? The 3 of them in Class 6, where Leon was, waited quietly. Akaya Sasuke from Team 7 held his chin with both hands, looking not at all anxious. As for the lovelorn Haruno Sakura, she focused all her attention on Sasuke. Naruto complaints caused her dissatisfaction, but she showed no expression on the surface. But the inner personality in her mind was complaining violently. Just then a male ninja who looked to be in his early 30s appeared. I am Special Jonan Saratobi Hayate, Team 6 follow me." Saratobi Hayate came in and looked at Leon and the other two without any unnecessary words. Leon and the other two followed Saratobi Hayate out of the school. A quarter of an hour later, the four arrived at a training ground. After introducing each other and hobbies and so on. "Next is your assessment. Only after you pass my assessment can you truly graduate and become an official genin of Konoha. At 9 o'clock in the morning, if the three of you can grab the bell from me before 10 o'clock, you will pass." Having said that, Saratobi Hayate took out 3 bells from his ninja tool bag. 3 bells. This looks like a normal genin graduation exam, but not everyone will take the test with 2 bells like Kakashi did. Leon thought to himself as he looked at Saratobi Hayate. Originally, he thought that the teacher leading their Team 6 might be a Chunin. "I didn't expect that there would be a special Jonin to lead the team. Not all teams can be paired with a Jonin to lead them. The 3 of them are not from the ninja clan, and are not as good as the 12 ninjas, so they can forget about having a Jonin teacher lead the team. It's great to have a special Jonin leading the team. I think the special Jonin of the Saratobi clan should be pretty good. Even if he encounters a real Jonin, he will be able to escape unscathed." The exam begins now. Saratobi Hayate hung 3 bells around his waist and looked at the 3 people in front of him seriously. Except for Leon, who showed no nervousness at all, the other 2 were somewhat nervous. This made Saratobi Hayate pay more attention to Leon. As soon as Saratobi Hayate finished speaking, Leon and the other 2 disappeared on the spot. This person is a special Jonin, so forcing him is definitely not an option. Thinking of this, Leon quickly came to Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko, who were not far away. Leon's arrival attracted the attention of the 2, and he was also discovered by Saratobi Hayate in the center of the training ground. However, Saratobi Hayate did not come to find them, but waited for the 3 of them to come and snatch the bell on his waist. "Yai, Keiko, I have an idea." "Leon, what do you think?" Hearing what Leon said, Matsushita Ikaiba asked curiously. At this time, Murakami Keiko also came to the 2 of them, and the 3 of them were reunited. Keiko Murakami didn't say anything, but looked at Leon, waiting for him to continue. "It like this. The 3 of us are newly graduated genin. If we go against Saratobi-sensei, who is a special Jonin, alone, we won't get any good results. The 3 of us should work together, so that we will have a chance to grab the bell." Leon laid out this simple solution. He guessed that this exam was just a formality and couldn't be as perverted as Kakashi assessment. "You have to grab the bell, speak up, cooperate, and care about your companions in order to pass." After all, their leader was a special Jonin, and the 3 of them, who were just graduated genin, would not be able to snatch the bell even if they tried their best. How many people can graduate with such a high difficulty by that time? There will be too many genin being sent back, so who will work for the Konoha high-level officials? This is not in the interests of the Konoha high-ranking officials. That good. I agree. Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko looked at each other. "Then tell us what you are good at, so that we can come up with the best battle plan later." "Let me tell you about mine first. In addition to the basic 3 body technique and ninja tool throwing, I also learned a C-level fire ninjutsu, the Great Fireball technique. This is the ability range of an ordinary genin, which is not considered excessive and will not attract the attention of Konoha top management." So Leon didn't intend to hide his strength, and then looked at the 2 of them. "Leon, I didn't expect you to be so good. As a newly graduated genin, I only know the basic 3 body technique and ninja tool throwing." Keiko Murakami looked at Leon with some curiosity. She had never paid much attention to him before. Although she was not crazy about Sasuke like Yamanaka Ino and Haruno Sakura, Sasuke was basically the one she kept her eyes on. "Ahem. I only know the basic 3 body technique and ninja tool throwing ability." Matsushita Ikaya actually learned a fire ninjutsu, also a C-level fire ninjutsu, the Great Fireball Jutsu, but he hasn't learned it yet. The three of them soon reached an agreement that Leon would be the main attacker. Matsushita Ikaiba and Murakami Keiko provided assists. Have you reached an agreement? Let me see your strength and whether you are qualified to graduate successfully under my leadership. Is this the strategy you discussed? Fight me head on. Saratobi High-8 did not disrupt the conversation between the three people. He looked at Leon, who was running over first, and said speechlessly, "Sensei is a special jonin. Our sneak attacks and head-on battles are all the same to you." Leon said this and threw 3 shurikens in his hand, locking onto Saratobi High-8 head and chest in the shape of a finished product. Of course, such an attack could not cause any harm to Saratobi High-8. He used his kunai to easily knock away the 3 shurikens that flew towards him. At this moment, another 6 shurikens appeared and hit Saratobi High-8 directly. Did we succeed at this time? Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko also came out. Murakami Keiko asked somewhat uncertainly, "Yai, be careful. It's impossible to hurt the teacher with such an attack." Sure enough, as soon as Leon finished his words, Saratobi High-8, who was hit by 6 shurikens, turned into a piece of wood with a bang. At the same time, Leon threw 2 shurikens at Matsushita. At this moment, a pair of hands appeared under Matsushita's feet. Earth escape, beheading in the heart. It was still a step too late, even though Leon tried his best to help Matsushita Ikaiba, but he still couldn't keep up with Saratobi High-8 attack speed. The first leaf of the pine tree was a little embarrassed at the moment, with only its head sticking out of the ground. His entire body was pulled into the ground by Saratobi High-8. "Keiko, go help rescue Yai, I will cover you." Leon quickly appeared in front of Keiko, holding a kunai and stopping Saratobi High-8. "Okay, Leon-kun." Keiko didn't hesitate at all for Leon's order and ran quickly towards the pine tree. After only a few moves, Leon felt unprecedented pressure. Before he traveled through time, he was an ordinary person, and after he traveled through time, he was just a newly graduated genin. Basically, I have no experience in direct combat with formal ninjas. If High-8 Saratobi had not shown his true strength, Leon would have been killed by him in an instant. Yes, you have a good foundation, but it's just a good foundation. If the 3 of you only have this much strength, it will be impossible for you to get the bell from me, and you will not be able to graduate. Saratobi High-8 kicked out, and Leon could only cross his arms to block. Under the huge force, Leon was still knocked away, but fortunately Saratobi High-8 stopped where he was and did not continue to attack. He looked at who is saving people, but he did not step forward to stop them. "Who knows, if we don't try, even if we can't snatch the bell from the teacher, we won't give up." "Yes, we will not give up." Leon shook his aching arm, and as he finished speaking, Yai and Keiko came over and spoke at the same time. "Yai, are you okay?" "I am fine." "Who rescued me in time." "If it had taken longer, I might not have had the strength to do so." Being pulled into the soil is not a good thing. The pressure in the soil is squeezing you all the time, which is particularly exhausting. It's good that you are all right. Let's continue with the plan. There was no good plan at all. The difference in strength was too great, and Leon was not a smart ninja, so the 3 of them could only work together. This time, the 3 did not continue to use shurikens to test. Leon took the lead in the attack, while Keiko Ikaiba and the other 2 attacked Saratobi High-8 from the side with kunai in their hands. Although there were 3 of them besieging, due to the gap in strength, their attack did not end well. After just a dozen or so rounds, both Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko were knocked down one after another. Fire style, great fireball technique. When faced with an opportunity, Leon used ninjutsu without hesitation. A fireball with a diameter of more than 3 meters flew quickly towards Saratobi High-8. "Hey, interesting, there are unexpected gains." Saratobi High-8 didn't expect that among the 3 ordinary students who had just graduated, one of them had learned practical ninjutsu. After Leon used the great fireball, he did not stay where he was. But he knew that although this fireball technique looked very powerful, however, the attack speed is a bit slow, and such sea-level ninjutsu cannot pose a threat to special jonin. Good reflexes, but you can't escape. Where Leon left, Saratobi Hayate half appeared from the ground. I am quite satisfied with Leon's ability to respond to danger. Fire style, great fireball technique. Leon still had a lot of chakra at this time, and he casually threw out another sea-level fire ninjutsu. It over. A voice came from behind Leon as a kunai was pressed against his neck. As for Akaya Matsushita and Keiko Murakami, they were also dealt with by Hayate Saratobi when he had time. At this point, Leon and the other two were completely killed by Saratobi Hayate. Wake up! Putting away the kunai, Saratobi Hayate woke up the two people who were knocked unconscious by his hand knife. Leon-kun, had the three of us failed after waking up? Matsushita Haba looked depressed, and Murakami Keiko asked with some trembling. Well, after you were knocked out by the teacher, I was also taken down. Leon believed in his own guess that even if the three of them failed to grab the bell, they could still graduate successfully. So he was not worried at all. Even if he really couldn't graduate, the worst that could happen was that he would just repeat a year. Haha, yai, who is he? Don't be too depressed. All three of you have passed the teacher assessment. Saratobi Hayate clapped his hands, and when he saw the three people looking at him, he said, Really teacher? Can we graduate even if we don't get the bell? Murakami Keiko looked at Saratobi Hayate with some confusion. Haha, of course you can graduate. It's normal that you didn't get the bell. This is just a test of your strength by the teacher. Do you really think you can snatch the bell from my hand? So as long as you meet the teacher requirements, it will be fine. Yeah, that great. Akaya-kun, Leon-kun, we passed the teacher assessment. And from now on we are Genin. Murakami Keiko changed her sad mood and happily held Yai and Leon hands. Okay, that all for today. We will meet at the entrance of the mission hall at 8 a.m. tomorrow. Team 6 is now disbanded. After saying this, Saratobi Hayate ignored the three of them and used the body flickering jutsu to leave. I was really scared. I thought I was done for. I couldn't graduate and had to go back to school to repeat a year. Fortunately, in Saratobi Sensei assessment, you don't have to grab the bell to graduate. The first leaf in the pan was no longer depressed at this moment, and his face was full of smiles. Leon, what wrong with you? After the two of them had their fun, they looked at Leon, who seemed distracted and unresponsive, and asked in confusion. At this time, Leon had been standing there without moving or speaking since Saratobi Hayate left. Such abnormal behavior attracted the attention of the two. It okay. I am just thinking back to the battle with Saratobi Sensei just now, to see if I did anything wrong. Leon gave a random reason. I see. No wonder you are better than both of us, Leon. I will recall and summarize it when I return. The three chatted for a while and then separated. After returning home and closing the door, Leon immediately entered the Happy Farm space. The mall has been updated. Just when Saratobi Hayate said that they passed the assessment and became official Genin, Leon received a notification about the update of Happy Farm Mall. Secondary crops, unlocked after Genin graduation. 1. Chakra fruit intermediate, 100 chakras mature in 10 days, 1000 taels to buy seeds. 2. Red fruit intermediate restores all health points of Chunin, matures in 10 days, buy seeds for 1000 taels. 3. Blue fruit intermediate restores all the physical strength of a Chunin, matures in 10 days, buy seeds for 1000 taels. 4. Spiritual fruit intermediate enhance spiritual power, restore spiritual power, mature in 1 month, purchase seeds for 2000 taels. 5. Physical fruit intermediate strengthen physical strength, strengthen the body, mature in 1 month, purchase seeds for 2000 taels. Level 1 special crops, unlocked after Genin graduation. 1. Attribute fruit fire style requires red soil, matures in 1 day, eat 10 to comprehend the changes in chakra attribute form, buy seeds for 10,000 taels. 2. Attribute fruit earth escape requires red soil, matures in 1 day, eat 10 to comprehend the changes in chakra attribute form, buy seeds for 10,000 taels. 3. Attribute fruit water style requires red soil, matures in 1 day, eat 10 to understand chakra attribute form changes, buy seeds for 10,000 ryo. 4. Attribute fruit lightning release requires red soil matures in 1 day. Eat 10 to comprehend the changes in chakra attribute form by seeds for 10,000 tails. 5. Attribute fruit wind style requires red soil matures in 1 day. Eat 10 to comprehend the changes in chakra attribute form by seeds for 10,000 tails. Level 1 ranch, unlocked after Genin graduation. 1. 3 yellow chicken primary mature in 1 day. Hens produce 10 eggs a day. Increase nutrition and physique for Genin and below 100 tails to buy cubs. 2. Mallard duck primary mature in 1 day. Mother duck produces 10 eggs a day. Increases nutrition and physique for Genin and below by young ducks for 100 tails. 3. Big goose primary mature in 1 day. Mother goose produces 10 eggs a day. Increases nutrition and physique for Genin and below by young goose for 100 tails. 4. Rabbit primary mature in 1 day. Mother rabbit gives birth to 10 baby rabbits in 3 days. Genin and below increase nutrition and physique by a baby rabbit for 100 tails. Crop fertilizer, limited to 1 bag per day. Each bag can be used 6 times, limited to 3 bags per day. 1. Ordinary fertilizer 1 bag reduces time by 3 days. 1,000 tails unlocked after Genin graduation. Pasture feed, limited to 1 bag per day. Each bag can be used 6 times, limited to 3 bags per day. 1. Ordinary feed 1 bag reduces time by 3 days. 1,000 tails unlocked by Genin. The happy farm space also changed at this time, and there were only 6 ordinary pieces of land in the whole book. Now after the update, 6 new pieces of red soil have been added on the original basis. Not only these, there was also an ordinary pasture not far away. It seems that the second level crops are just an upgraded version of the first level crops. They can continue to be grown on ordinary land, and the new special crops need to be grown on red soil. I didn't expect the ranch to be updated, too. Although they are ordinary animals, since special crops have appeared, special animals should appear in the future. Leon looked at the newly added fertilizers and feeds. Although they were of elementary quality, he liked them very much. This reduces the time it takes for crops and animals to grow. 3 sections have been updated this time, and the Genin graduation unlock has appeared in the back. Will the next update be about Chunin strength or the unlocking of the Chunin position? These are just Leon guesses, and there is no hint of the next unlocking conditions in the mall. Just like this time, Leon was not worried about not being able to graduate at first, and he was not afraid even if he had to repeat a year. This is also because he doesn't know that he needs to graduate from the Genin level to unlock it. If he had known that, he would not have been afraid of repeating a year. It seems that from now on, Chunin strength, or holding the position of Chunin, will have to be taken seriously. But before I graduated, I already had the strength of a Genin, and the update in the mall clearly stated that it would be unlocked after Genin graduation. So by analogy, the next unlock will most likely be to have a Chunin rank, which will give you a higher chance of unlocking. This was just Leon's speculation, and he couldn't be sure. My biggest advantage is the happy farm space and the mall. Without these, as an ordinary person, my achievements would be limited. Thinking of this, Leon bought 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer and 3 bags of ordinary feed, spending 6,000 taels. Purchases are limited to 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer and 3 bags of ordinary feed per day. Leon currently has 150,000 taels in his hand, which is enough for the initial use. Today chakra fruit will take more than 10 hours to mature at midnight. But I have fertilizer to use now. Using it once can save 3 days. Although it a bit wasteful, I can't care about it that much. In the following time, Leon took out a bag of ordinary fertilizer, which can be used 6 times. It is just enough to ripen the chakra fruits grown on 6 pieces of ordinary land. Sure enough, after using the fertilizer, 6 chakra fruits were harvested immediately. Leon did not stop and bought 2 more chakra fruit plantings, using 2 bags of ordinary fertilizer. A total of 18 chakra fruits primary were harvested. Looking at the 6 empty ordinary lands, 6 red lands, and the empty ordinary pastures. Keep buying. On the 6 ordinary plots of land, Leon still planted chakra fruits, but this time it was a secondary crop. It is also a chakra fruit, but this time it is intermediate and needs 10 days to mature. The mature chakra fruit intermediate can obtain 100 chakras after eating. Leon has never met Kakashi, and doesn't know the so-called one-card chakra and the chakra ratio given by Happy Farm. I believe that if you encounter this in the future, you can use the built-in chakra energy detection in Farm Mall to know Kakashi chakra value. After planting the 6 ordinary plots of land, Leon turned his attention to the 6 red plots of land. This is for growing special crops, and the currently updated ones are first-level special crops. After Leon carefully examined it, he was very happy to find that it was a fruit related to chakra attributes. Although there are only 5 types, they are the common wind, fire, earth, water, and lightning attribute chakras. There are no rarer yin and yang attribute chakras. However, Leon believes that as the mall continues to be updated, it will definitely be available in the future. Currently, I only have 2 chakra attributes, fire and wind. As long as he eats the other 3, he will have the same 5 attribute chakra as the 3rd Hokage, Hatake Kakashi. Leon also knew that Kakashi actually had yin and yang chakra, and he believed that he would have it in the future. Leon planted fire attribute fruits on 3 plots of red soil, and the other 3 plots were water, earth, and thunder. He didn't plant the wind attribute fruit because Leon wanted to plant 9 fire attribute fruits first. Adding to what is already there, the fire attribute is directly added to the change of form, then start to slowly plant 10 of the remaining 4 species. This time, 60,000 taels were spent. The original amount was more than 150,000 taels, but now it is less than 100,000 taels. Looking towards the ranch, Leon thought for a moment and decided to spend 1,000 taels to buy 3 yellow chicken chicks. 2 cubs were purchased for each of the duck, goose and rabbit. A first-level ordinary ranch can only purchase 10 cubs, not that Leon doesn't want to buy more. It seems that the chickens, ducks, geese and rabbits in this ordinary ranch can only be treated as food. The current level 1 ordinary ranch is of limited help to Leon. After everything was done, Leon left the Happy Farm space. He did not use ordinary feed to ripen the chickens, ducks, geese and rabbits on the ranch, because there is no need. Leon plans to save these ordinary feeds, maybe they can be used in the future. 18 chakra fruits. Although they are elementary, eating them can increase 180 chakras, plus my own 240 chakras. This way, I will have 420 chakras, which is more than the 300 chakras required to qualify as a chunin. Thinking of this, Leon ate a chakra fruit in 1 bite. This thing was about the size of a cherry tomato. After eating 18 pills in a row, Leon felt that lunch could be postponed for half an hour. Soon, the 18 chakra fruits took effect, and he could clearly feel that his chakra had increased a lot. Checking the attribute panel, the original 240 chakras has indeed become 420 chakras. There is another change, that is, the original Genin has now been replaced by Chunin. Am I a Chunin now? No, this is just the evaluation given to me by the attribute panel. It may only be for chakra. In terms of overall strength, I don't have the strength of a Chunin yet. Leon looked at Taijutsu, Genjutsu, and Kekkai, none of which were possible. The only thing he could show off was the fire style, Great Fireball technique. This fire style ninjutsu is rarely able to burn the enemy to death in a one-on-one situation because the attack speed is too slow, unless they are like Akaya Ichi or Akaya Madara, with extremely fast speed or extremely large flames. Even so, Leon didn't think he really had the strength of a Chunin. Leon, who has watched Naruto, knows that having more chakra is one thing, but having more chakra does not necessarily mean having strong strength. Since it's not a true Chunin strength, then you can't blindly believe what the attribute panel says. Go learn the wind style, wind cutting technique first. Leon has a Happy Farm space and can get a lot of good things, but he still has to learn ninjutsu by himself. Otherwise, even if you have chakra but no ninjutsu, you will still be pinned to the ground by others. Leon didn't want to be pinned to the ground and rubbed. After closing the door, Leon came to the river where he practiced ninjutsu yesterday. Because he suddenly gained 180 chakras, Leon climbed the tree first and found no problem. After continuing to stand, run and walk on the water and everything was fine, Leon used a fire escape ninjutsu. Very good. This time, even with the increased chakra, there was no decline in controllability. After using fire release, Leon left the river this time and headed towards the woods. With 3 seals in 1 second, Leon also used the wind style, wind cutting technique. Just like the previous fireball, this wind cutting technique can normally cut through a tree with a diameter of more than 1 meter in an instant. When Leon used it for the first time, he only cut off a branch as thick as a finger. Ahem. It seems that not only the original Leon is not a genius, but I am not a genius either. Let's continue. In fact, he discovered it when practicing the fireball yesterday, but he was a little unwilling to give up. After experimenting again today, he was speechless. Since you are not a genius, then work harder to practice. He performed the seal again and again, starting from cutting off a branch as thick as a finger. After 2 or 3 times, you can easily cut off branches as thick as your arm. By noon, Leon wind cutting technique was already able to cut through tree trunks as thick as an adult waist. At noon, Leon didn't want to waste time going home to cook, so he had lunch at a kairaku ramen. Wind style, wind cutting technique. Whoosh whoosh. By the afternoon, just before dark, Leon wind cutting technique could cut through a tree with a diameter of 2 meters in an instant. This has exceeded the power of the normal wind cutting technique. Hee. It seems that my aptitude is not bad. Although I can't compare to the genius who can learn it in 1 or 2 times, I still only took 1 day to learn it. It's time to go home. I have learned all the ninjutsu my parents left me. Next, I will start learning taijutsu, and I can't fall behind in genjutsu either. When the chakra fruit has absorbed enough chakra for a jonin, I will plant the spiritual fruit and the physical fruit. These 2 kinds of fruits, one improves the spirit and soul, and the other improves the physique and body. In addition to yin attribute chakra, the soul and spirit of illusion cannot be too bad, otherwise it will be completely defeated by the master of illusion. But Leon knew that the reason why Orochimaru, who had the strength of a cage, was killed instantly by Akaiichi was because of him. It is inseparable from the fact that he often changes bodies, has a flawed soul and a flawed spirit. In addition to the soul problem, those with weak spirits can also be killed instantly by masters of illusion. Leon will not develop in only one direction. He will pay attention to ninja body genie. No words were spoken that night. The next morning, after breakfast, Leon arrived at the mission hall before 8 o'clock. Sarutobi Hayate is not Kakashi. He has no habit of being late. Leon also had no habit of being late, and when he arrived the other 2 teammates also arrived. Morning, Ikaya, Keiko. When he saw the 2 of them, Leon was the first to say hello. Morning, Leon. Morning, Leon-kun. Both Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko are in good spirits today. Then the 3 of them started chatting as time passed. When it was almost 8 o'clock, Sarutobi Hayate appeared on time. Good morning, Sarutobi-sensei. When the 3 saw the person coming, they spoke in unison. Haha, good morning. The 3 of you wait a moment. I am going to the mission hall to pick up our team mission for today. After saying this, Hayate Sarutobi walked towards the mission hall. At this time, there were quite a lot of ninjas coming in and out of the mission hall. It's Sasuke-kun, look over here. At this time, Murakami Keiko saw the members of Team 7 coming towards them and waved and spoke loudly. Of course their leader was not there, only Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura. Hey, it Class 6 where Leon is. Your teacher isn't here either. Are you late too? Why are these teachers so unreliable and always late? Kakashi-sensei is the same. Naruto heard Keiko's voice and came over here. He saw the Team Leon teacher was not there either, and he said angrily, well, it's immoral to speak ill of others behind their backs. Kakashi suddenly appeared, tapped Naruto's head with the book in his hand, and said lazily, it hurts. It hurts. Teacher Kakashi, you are late again, and you won't let anyone tell you. Naruto rubbed his head, very dissatisfied. Okay, You three stay here. I will go in and get today mission. The next moment Kakashi disappeared in front of everyone. Sasuke-kun, long time no see. Murakami Keiko looked at Sasuke with a cold face and greeted him again shyly. However, when Sasuke saw her, he just frowned slightly and didn't reply. However, Haruno Sakura acted like a protective child, standing between Sasuke and Keiko. Leon looked at Naruto and the others, feeling somewhat confused. If he remembered correctly, the other teams were basically assessed by their leading teachers on the day they were divided into classes. Team 7, where Kakashi was, did not take the test until the next day. If nothing had changed, Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura should be in an examination room at this moment, starving while waiting for Kakashi, who was secretly observing them. Naruto, did Kakashi-senpai give you a graduation test yesterday? How difficult was it? Leon didn't ask Sasuke, he wasn't sure if the guy would pay attention to him. As for Sakura, he didn't want to bother with this person, so I could only ask Naruto. Haha, Leon, let me tell you, if I hadn't strongly requested it yesterday, the assessment might not have been conducted until this morning. You don't know, that idiot Sasuke was buried in the ground by Kakashi-sensei, and he can't move at all. You still have to look at me. Only I can fight Kakashi-sensei in a balanced way. Do you think I am good? Hee. I am big, right? As Naruto spoke, he got excited and blurted out his daily catchphrase. Idiot Naruto. How dare you say that about Sasuke, you who been tied to the frame and has no food to eat? If Sasuke hadn't taken pity on you and given you food, would you have been able to pass this test? Sakura Haruno punched Naruto directly and scolded him. Sasuke snorted coldly and turned his head away, ignoring Sakura and Naruto. Sakura, I am not wrong. Sasuke was killed by Kakashi Earth-style heart-slashing technique. Pull him into the dirt. And you are still scared by Kakashi-sensei? Come on. Naruto rubbed his sore head and said unyieldingly. Wow, it quite lively. The mission has been received. You three follow me. At this time, Kakashi and Sarutobi Hayate came over at the same time. Seeing Kakashi coming, Leon quickly used the chakra meter provided by the mall to check. He was just shocked by the amount of chakra detected. Kakashi's own chakra is 10,000. The corresponding chakra levels in the mall are 1. Ninja School Student 10 Chakra 2, Genin 100 Chakra 3, Chunin 300 Chakra 4, Elite Chunin 500 Chakra 5, Special Jonin 1000 Chakra 6, Jonin 3000 Chakra 7, Elite Jonin 6000 Chakra 8, Shadow Level 30,000 Chakras. Leon wondered how much chakra Kakashi had been drained of by the Sharingan. In all of Kakashi battles, they are basically based on quick battles and quick decisions, which shows that he cannot fight a protracted war. Generally, Elite Jonin are capable of fighting a protracted war. Kakashi's chakra level has far exceeded the passing line for Elite Jonin. Overall, his chakra is not bad, but it is held back by the Sharingan. Anyway, Kakashi, who explored them all, gave 10,000. Leon remembered Kakashi saying that Naruto normally had 4 times as much chakra as he did. In fact, there is one thing that was not told to Naruto clearly, that is, if the part of the chakra that suppressed the 9 tails was not there, then Naruto's chakra is 100 times that of Kakashi. And 4 times is only the amount of chakra that Naruto himself can use. All other chakras are used to suppress the runaway 9 tails chakra. Even if it is 4 times, it is already 40,000 chakras, exceeding the passing line of 30,000 chakras for cage level. With this in mind, Leon probed Naruto. This guy really has an insane amount of chakra. Out of curiosity, Leon also investigated Sasuke. Sasuke's chakra is actually over 5,000. Leon soon realized that Sasuke had less chakra, and that depended on who he was compared with. Compared with Naruto, the human Chouriki, and the Uzumaki clan, he is definitely no match. In the original work, more than 3 months later, after a long period of training, Sasuke was able to use the A-level ninjutsu Chidori twice in a row. Moreover, the training lasted a whole day, which proved that Sasuke's chakra amount was far beyond that of others of his age. Of course, Naruto is an exception. In the entire Konoha village, the only one with enough chakra to suppress him is the first Hokage. Even Hashirama wife, the first Nine-Tails Jinchuriki Uzumaki Mido, did not have as much chakra as Naruto. The reason is that Naruto still has Ashura chakra hidden in his body. Swallow. I thought my chakra amount should be considered high among genin, but the reality is that the two protagonists slapped me in the face. Only 0.042 chakra. Leon secretly sighed in his heart. Fortunately their class 6 had to go on a mission at his time, interrupting his wandering thoughts. Come with me. This mission is a D-level mission. Go to the designated river area in the village to clean up the accumulated garbage. While running quickly, Saratobi Hayate briefly explained the content and level of this mission. Ah, Saratobi-sensei, aren't we out there to protect our employer or kill bandits or mountain bandits? Why are we cleaning up the river when it comes to the mission? Matsushita Ikaiba, who was originally full of energy, felt unwell after hearing what Saratobi Hayate said. Although Keiko Murakami didn't say anything, it could be seen from her surprised look that she didn't expect the task to be cleaning up garbage in the river. Only Leon had an expression of as expected, and this scene was also seen by Saratobi Hayate. Leon, do you know the reason? If you know, tell Yae and Keiko. Saratobi Hayate thought that Leon should know something about it, so he planned to give this student he liked some general knowledge. Okay teacher, I don't know much. Please correct me if there is anything wrong, Leon said, and seeing Saratobi Hayate nod, he turned his gaze towards the curious Kazuha and Keiko. Well, normally, newly graduated genin like us need to do a D-rank mission in the village for a month. And there must be no less than 3 D-level missions every day. These tasks include but are not limited to cleaning up river garbage, taking care of children, harvesting rice, wheat, and growing vegetables, looking for employers' pet cats or dogs, taking care of the elderly, planting fruit trees and picking fruit, etc. Leon paused here, only to see Saratobi Hayate nod in approval. Leon, what you said doesn't seem to have anything to do with us ninjas, right? I don't think these boring tasks are necessary at all. It seems that doing these missions can't improve our strength. We haven't fought the enemy, and it can't enrich our combat experience. After listening to Leon's explanation, Ikaiba Matsushita immediately looked down upon these D-level missions, and he had to do a D-level mission for a month. It must not be less than 3 times a day, and he feels like he is going to collapse just thinking about it. On the surface, these tasks cannot improve our strength, but there is a reason for doing them. Yae, think about it. You have never done a task as a river cleaner. It just so happens that you have a task right now, and you need to disguise yourself as a river cleaner to gather intelligence. If you don't gain experience through these seemingly insignificant D-level missions, you will be exposed to the enemy before you even start cleaning up the river garbage. At the least, the mission will fail. At the worst, we might be ambushed by the enemy, which might even expose other members of the team and eventually lead to the annihilation of the entire team. Of course, river cleaner is just a metaphor. The main thing is that for the profession of ninja, most of the missions are related to assassination, obtaining intelligence and protecting others. Many times reasonable disguise is needed to reduce the risk of being exposed to the enemy. Following Leon's simple and clear explanation, Saratobi Hayate was very satisfied. After listening to what Leon said, Matsushita Ikaiba and Murakami Keiko realized the importance of these D-level tasks. He is no longer as resistant to D-level missions as before. Leon, thank you for your popular science. You let me know the importance of D-rank missions. As a newly graduated genin, I didn't expect you to know so much. Matsushita Ikaiba looked at Leon with great admiration. Keiko Murakami also looked at Leon curiously. She found that the more she came into contact with him, the more she could grasp Leon's charm. Haha, Leon, that great. The teacher is very optimistic about you. Well, we have received 3 D-level tasks today. Let's start with cleaning up the garbage in this river. Saratobi Hayate brought the 3 of them to the river where they were going to carry out the mission and pointed at the household garbage floating on the water. Isn't this too much? We can clean up the garbage on the sides, But how are we going to clean up the garbage in the middle of the water? I can't swim. Following the direction where Saratobi High-8 pointed, Matsushita Ikaiba looked at the large amount of garbage on the river and was dumbfounded. Saratobi-sensei, I can't swim either. At this time, Murakami Keiko stepped forward and raised one hand. Yai, who is he? The two of you clean up the garbage on the riverside, and I will take care of the garbage in the middle of the river, Leon said. Then he jumped onto the water and ran towards the center of the water, surprisingly not falling into it. This scene surprised Saratobi High-8 a little, and then he smiled slightly. The reason why he accepted the task of cleaning up the garbage in the river was that he planned to use the environment here to teach students the ability of chakra control. He never thought that Leon, whom he had high hopes for, could give him surprises one after another. Apart from those ninjas from the ninja clan, in Saratobi High-8 opinion, Leon is a very outstanding student among the group of children who have just graduated. Leon, he can actually stand on the water. How did he do that, Leon? Can you teach me? Matsushita Ikaiba looked at Leon, who had already run to the middle of the water, and said excitedly. Keiko didn't say anything, but looked at Leon expectantly, thinking the same thing as Matsushita. Leon did not respond to Matsushita Ikaiba's words. After all, their team leader was here and it was not his turn to teach. However, Leon had a guess that Saratobi High-8 might have accepted this task with the intention of teaching them chakra control ability. I just didn't expect that I could already stand, walk and run on water. The three people on the shore all saw Leon gaze. Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko reacted quickly and turned their gazes to Saratobi High-8 beside them. Although the team leader has the right not to teach them the basics of ninjutsu and ninjutsu, but in general, most teachers will teach their students personally. If some students satisfy their teachers, the relationship between the two parties will be further developed and become a more reliable master-apprentice relationship. You two should clean up the garbage in the river first. After you finish this task, I will teach you personally. After saying this, Saratobi High-8 rubbed the two of them head slightly. Then he appeared under a big tree in a flash, leaned against the tree and closed his eyes to rest. Thank you, Saratobi-sensei. I am going to start now. The pine tree was very active and started to clean up the garbage along the river. Who is he also joined in the cleaning, not caring about the dirty and smelly garbage. The three of them worked together and after 2 hours, all the garbage in the river was cleared away. The task of cleaning up the river garbage has been completed this time. You have 2 hours to rest now. Matsushita, Keiko, come with me. During the break, we will start by climbing trees to train your chakra control ability. Saratobi High-8 came under a big tree and walked up the trunk step by step while explaining, under the surprised gazes of Ikeo and Keiko, until he walked under a branch. He did a head-hanging dance with the soles of his feet pressed against the branch, not the instep of his feet hooked on it. Saratobi-sensei is amazing. He didn't fall down even after this. The two of them felt it was an eye-opener. All we can say is that these two may not have paid close attention to their parents, or maybe their parents and elders, like Leon's parents, have already died, so there is no one to teach them. Otherwise you would know that these are only used to train basic chakra control abilities. Leon felt relieved after thinking about it. After all, in the original work, even Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura didn't know. It is understandable that Sakura and Naruto have no elders to guide them. After all, Sakura parents are just ordinary people, not ninjas. In the movie, in the limited Tsukimi world, Sakura father is the 4th Hokage. This is an illusion world, not the real world, so it does not count. Sasuke's mind is completely occupied with his brother Akaiichi. He has no time to think about other things, so how can he care about these things? If he had paid a little attention to the training of the Akaya people at that time, he would have discovered that these were the basics of the ninja clan. Okay, did you two remember what I just said? If you remember, you can go and try it first. Remember to focus your chakra under your feet. Chakra must be output continuously, not intermittently, nor can it be output in large quantities one moment and in small quantities the next. Try to find the spot that suits you both. and remember the optimal amount of chakra output. Go Saratobi Hayate gave another brief demonstration and explained the relevant techniques and how to use chakra. Okay, teacher, I will try. A pine leaf made a seal and tried to walk towards the chosen tree step by step. After only 3 or 4 steps, the bark on the soles of his feet was crushed due to excessive chakra output. He fell down, but the height was not high enough for a single pine leaf to fall to the ground. Just now I saw the teacher walk up so easily. I thought it wasn't difficult. I didn't expect chakra control to be so difficult. It can't be too much or too little. It has to be just right. Matsushita Ikaya scratched his head as he spoke, and turned to look at Murakami Keiko, who had already walked halfway. This surprised him a little. He didn't expect that Keiko's chakra control ability was better than his. I must learn it. Come on. Matsushita Ikaiba didn't want to lose to Keiko. He had been left far behind by Leon, and he didn't want to be surpassed by Keiko, who was a girl. Leon, come here for a moment. While Kazuha and Keiko were practicing tree climbing, Saratobi Hayate looked at Leon, who was a little bored, and spoke. Teacher, what do you want to talk to me about? Leon was thinking about how to talk to Saratobi Hayate and ask him to teach him taijutsu and 1 or 2 C level or 1 B level ninjutsu. It may be difficult to succeed, but you must have ideas. It's okay to fail, because what if you succeed? Generally, a Jonin only knows 1 or 2 B-level ninjutsu and several C-level ninjutsu. Most of the elite Jonin who know A-level ninjutsu, and the particularly outstanding ones who know S-level ninjutsu, are like this in most cases, with some exceptions. An ordinary special Jonin may have some pretty good special abilities, but his overall strength is not as good as that of a Jonin. Leon knew that Saratobi Hayate was from the Saratobi family, and he might not have A-level ninjutsu, but for B-level ninjutsu, Leon believed that Saratobi Hayate would definitely know 1 or 2, or maybe even 3. Moreover, most of the Saratobi clan have wind, fire, and earth attribute chakra. Apart from Saratobi Hiruzen, who was born with the 5 attributes, there is no one else in the entire Saratobi family who was born with the 5 attributes. Yesterday, I saw your great fireball technique, but I found that your physical skills are basically 0. I plan to teach you some physical skills. Are you willing to learn? Saratobi Hayate is very optimistic about Leon and plans to train him well. Through these 2 days of contact, Saratobi Hayate felt that Leon's upper limit was very high, and he was at least a special Jonin. If you work hard, you can become a Jonin. If you are lucky, you may even become an elite Jonin like Saratobi Asuma. As for an elite Jonin as powerful and outstanding as Kakashi, it is probably impossible. Seeing an outstanding student, Saratobi Hayate doesn't mind spending some time and effort to teach him. I do, teacher. Although it is not the ninjutsu that he wants, physical skills are also fine. It is much better than having no idea at all. The Saratobi clan is also considered a big ninja clan in Konoha. Their family physical skills are not bad, but they may not be as good as the Akaya clan, the Hyuga clan, and the Senju clan. But in Konoha during this period, physical skills were enough to rank in the top 5. Begin by learning Konoha Whirlwind. This is a D-rank taijutsu and the most common taijutsu in all of Konoha. Saratobi Hayate explained to Leon carefully and also taught him the techniques and experience of this physical technique. Konoha Whirlwind, okay. This physical technique is also okay. Although it is not the physical technique of the Saratobi clan that I imagined, it is better than nothing. After only learning it 3 times, Leon basically mastered the Konoha Whirlwind physical technique. All that left is continuous practice to make this physical skill become handy. Not bad, not bad. I was right. You have great talent and potential. Saratobi Hayate patted Leon's shoulder with satisfaction and walked towards Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko. Okay. Time is up. Let go have lunch first. There are still 2 D-level missions waiting for you to do. After 2 hours, Ikaya Matsushita and Keiko Murakami had basically learned the ability to climb trees. Give them half a day, which is enough for them to master the ability to climb trees. Just because they took less time than Sasuke and Naruto doesn't mean they are more talented than Naruto and Sasuke. All we can say is that the amount of chakra they both have is very small, so it is easier to control. In fact, the two of them have even less chakra than Haruno Sakura. Moreover, Haruno Sakura succeeded in one try, and even Kakashi praised her, thinking that her chakra control ability was very powerful. Facts have proved that this is true. Haruno Sakura became a powerful medical ninja in the later period, which was inseparable from her strong chakra control ability. The four of them came to a Kairaku ramen restaurant, and this time their mission was to take care of the orphans of Konoha ninjas, in the heartland area of Konoha. These orphans are different from the children in Konoha orphanage. Their parents are Konoha ninjas or Konoha civilians, but they all died. Out of humanitarianism, Konoha began to take care of these orphans. But the children in Konoha orphanage are different. They are children from outside Konoha village, and some of them are not even from the land of fire. At noon, Leon and two other people assisted the managers in taking care of the orphans. These children who need care are basically newborn babies to 3-year-olds. Older children are generally not that noisy. The children in the Naruto world mature precociously and are very sensible even when they are very young. Like some 4 or 5-year-old children, they also help take care of younger children, play with them and take care of them. After 2 hours of care, the D-level task of taking care of the child was completed. This time, not only Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko felt tired, but Leon also felt tired. Taking care of a group of children is much more tiring than cleaning up garbage in the river, especially when they have no experience at the beginning. The last task is to help the villagers drive away or kill the wild boars that destroy their crops. He didn't realize it when he was watching Naruto before, until Leon saw with his own eyes an oversized wild boar that was over 5 meters tall and over 10 meters long. Leon just realized how impressive this big boar was. This was beyond the scope of a D-level mission, because such a huge wild boar is not something that the 3 newly graduated Genin can kill. This is already a C-level mission. This time, before Leon, Keiko Ikaiba and the other 2 could take action, Saratobi Hayate told them to stay away from the big wild boar. This time it was Saratobi Hayate who took action personally. It took him some time and a combination of ninja tools and ninjutsu to finally kill him. This wild boar is awesome, but the teacher is even more awesome. Teacher Saratobi, why do I feel that the strength of this wild boar is much greater than ours? What is its strength? The most talkative and active person in class 6 is Matsushita. So this question was also asked by him. Some accidents happened during this mission, which is why we, the team leaders, are leading you personally. If a situation arises that goes beyond the scope of the mission, that when the team leader will step in to protect you. This giant boar is stronger than an ordinary chunin and is very close to being an elite chunin. Okay, take this wild boar and sell it to the barbecue restaurant run by the Akimaki family. You can get some money. As Saratobi Hayate said this, he took out a scroll from his ninja tool bag, and after making a hand seal, the original giant wild boar was put into the scroll. Without the sealing scroll, the 4 of them alone would not be able to take away such a huge wild boar. There is one thing that Saratobi Hayate didn't say, which is that this wild boar has limited intelligence. Although it has the strength, it can only be rated as a C-level mission. If it was a chunin, then this mission would be in the category of a B-rank mission. A quarter of an hour later, Team 6 returned to the street outside the mission hall. After a whole day, Leon felt a little tired, mainly because of taking care of the children. For the last mission, the 3 of them basically just played a supporting role, and it was all completed by Saratobi Hayate alone. A few minutes later, Saratobi Hayate came out with the money. D-level mission, 5,000 10,000 taels. C-level mission, 10,000 50,000 taels. There were originally 3 D-level missions this time. Cleaning up river garbage and taking care of children were both relatively troublesome tasks, so the maximum reward for both tasks is 10,000 taels. Originally the third one was also a D-level task, but something unexpected happened and the task hall upgraded it to C level, which is a more difficult one. So the highest amount given was 50,000 taels. Mission reward distribution, distributed according to the reward ratio of the 7th team. For example, for an A-level mission, the reward is 1 million taels. The Konoha Platform Agency takes 40%, that is 400,000 taels. Hotake Kakashi takes 30%, 300,000 taels. Akaya Sasuke takes 10%, 100,000 taels. Uzumaki Naruto takes 10%, that is 100,000 taels. Haruno Sakura takes 10%, that is 100,000 taels. This is one of the common ways of distribution. And there is also a distribution based on the amount of effort and merit. Of course, the Konoha organization still takes 40%, the team leader takes 30%, and the remaining 30% is distributed among the 3 genin according to their merits and contributions. Let's sell the big wild boar first, and then divide the money we earn from today's mission. Sarutobi Hayate brought the 3 of them to a barbecue restaurant not far away, which was opened by the Akimaki family. More than 90% of the barbecue restaurants in Konoha village are owned by the Akimaki family. I don't know if it because Sarutobi Hayate often delivers ingredients to this barbecue restaurant, so the big wild boar was sold very quickly. 30,000 taels. This is the price the wild boar was sold for. Complete 2D level tasks for 20,000 taels and 1 C level task for 50,000 taels. A total of 70,000 taels. After deducting the 40% commission from the Konoha organization, 28,000 taels were deducted. Sarutobi Hayate gets a 30% commission, deducting 21,000 taels. The remaining 21,000 taels were given 10% to Leon, Matsushita Ikaya, and Murakami Keiko. 7,000 taels each. Don't think that 7,000 taels is a small amount. Before Leon's soul traveled through time, the original mountain city Leon could spend less than 200 taels a day. But for Leon now, the daily expenses are enough, but he also has a happy farm which is the main source of consumption. The remaining 30,000 taels are used to sell the wild boar, so they do not need to be allocated to the Konoha organization. Although the big wild boar was killed by Sarutobi Hayate alone, he did not take it all away. Take this money. The remaining 30,000 taels are for selling the wild boar. I have 2 suggestions for you to choose from. First, we will directly divide it. This time the teacher will take 40%, and each of you will take 20%. Second, we use this money to buy barbecue or something else, and it will be our team common property for food and drink in the future. Which one do you choose? After dividing the money for the mission, Sarutobi Hayate looked at his 3 students. Teacher, I suggest that we use the money for food and drink instead of dividing it. What do you 2 think if they divide it? Leon can get 6,000 taels, but forget it. This amount of money is only enough to buy a dozen plates of barbecue, and it won't fill you up. At the Akimaki family barbecue restaurant, a plate of barbecue costs 300-500 taels. With 30,000 taels, theoretically, they could order 100 plates of barbecue, which was more than the 4 people in Class 6 could finish. It was almost enough for Class 6 to have 3 consecutive barbecues. But Leon remembered that 100 plates of barbecue were not enough for Choji Akimaki to eat alone, because there is not much meat in a plate of barbecue. As an elite jonin, Sarutobi Azuma was completely broke after being fed by Choji Akimaki at one meal, so he had to stay and wash dishes for the store to make up for the shortfall. We agree with Leon's proposal. Teacher, I want to eat barbecue too. Both Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko strongly agreed with Leon's proposal. The barbecue took nearly an hour. About 10,000 taels of the 30,000 taels were used, which was about what Leon had guessed, and was enough for Team 6 to have 3 barbecues. Unfortunately, when we were eating barbecue this time, we didn't see the famous scene of Asuma Sarutobi washing the dishes. Okay, that's all for today. We will gather outside the mission hall tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Team 6 is now disbanded. After eating and drinking, the 4 of them dispersed at Sarutobi Hayate command and went home separately. After Leon returned home, he closed the door as usual and then entered the happy farm space. In fact, As early as the morning when Leon was learning physical skills with Saratobi Height, he received a prompt that the crops were ripe. Leon entered the Happy Farm space and looked at the 6 pieces of red land. There is the first class special crop planted yesterday. Level 1 special crops only take 1 day to mature. Leon waved his hand and 6 attribute fruits flew into his hand. These are the 3 fire attribute fruits, 1 water attribute fruit, 1 earth attribute fruit, and 1 thunder attribute fruit he planted yesterday. The attribute fruit is about the same size as the chakra fruit, both are the size of a cherry tomato. Leon first eats all the water, earth, and lightning attribute fruits. It also melted in the mouth, and Leon didn't have to wait long before he could clearly feel the change in his own chakra properties. Leon ate the remaining 3 fire attribute fruits in 1 bite. With the blessing of 3 fire attribute fruits, Leon could clearly feel that it was easier for him to use fire attribute chakra. He believed that after eating 6 more, he would be able to completely master the changes in the form of fire attribute chakra. Leon spent 60,000 taels to buy all the fire attribute fruit seeds and planted them on 6 empty pieces of red soil. Next, I bought 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer and 3 bags of ordinary feed. At this time, Leon came to the chakra fruit planted yesterday. Chakra fruit intermediate is 9 days away from maturity. Leon didn't hesitate and took out the 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer he had just purchased. A bag of ordinary fertilizer can be used 6 times, which can save 3 days each time. 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer can just reduce the remaining 9 days and allow all the chakra fruits on the 6 pieces of ordinary land to mature. After a series of operations, the chakra fruit matured instantly. Leon waved again, and a total of 18 chakra fruits flew over. I didn't expect that a mid-level chakra fruit could produce 3 fruits on an ordinary piece of land. The primary one can only produce 1 chakra fruit. This intermediate chakra fruit is exactly the same size as the primary one. Thinking that an intermediate chakra fruit can increase 100 chakras, Leon couldn't help but eat 1 chakra fruit at a time. After eating 18 intermediate chakra fruits in a row, Leon chakra instantly increased by 1800, adding to his previous 420 chakras and the 2 chakras gained from today physical training. Leon now has 2222 chakras. Looking at the chakra value on the attribute panel, Leon was silent. 2 is 2. Anyway, in this ninja world, no one except me knows the other meaning of 2. After tomorrow, it won't be 4 2s anymore. But when Leon looked down again, he found that the original Chunin had been replaced by a special Jonin. This attribute panel gave Leon a headache, but now he can be very sure. The evaluation of strength on the attribute panel is based on the amount of chakra. In contrast, Leon said that he would no longer use the strength evaluated on the attribute panel as a reference in the future, to avoid being brainwashed into thinking that he is really awesome. Looking up, I saw that the Konoha cyclone I learned today had appeared on the attribute panel. However, this is a D-level physical technique and it is not difficult to learn. Leon mastered it completely in 2 hours. Fortunately, this physical technique is quite applicable, just like the Earth-style heart decapitation technique that Kakashi likes to use very much. This is also a D-level ninjutsu, but this ninjutsu is sometimes really useful. Among the top attributes, there are fire and wind which come at the beginning. Now water, earth and lightning attribute chakras have been newly added. It can be said that Leon is also a 5 attribute chakra ninja. Continue to plant a wave of intermediate chakra fruit seeds, and use ordinary fertilizers to ripen them tomorrow. This way, we can harvest another 18 chakra fruits. In this way, tomorrow my chakra will exceed 4,000 in one fell swoop, and then I can start planting spiritual fruits and physical fruits. After planning everything, Leon waved his hand and continued to plant intermediate chakra fruit seeds on 6 pieces of ordinary land. They're not enough money. There were originally 150,000 taels yesterday, but more than 60,000 were used up, leaving only more than 90,000. I earned 7,000 taels from completing tasks today, which adds up to almost 100,000 taels. This time he spent more than 60,000 taels, and Leon now has less than 40,000 taels left. The money earned from completing tasks alone is still not enough to spend. If I unlock new crops or ranch animals again, I may not have the money to develop quickly, so I can't use it to quickly improve my strength. Leon was very worried because he didn't have enough money. He had no money before he traveled through time, but he never expected to arrive in the world of Naruto. Even after becoming a ninja and having plugins like Happy Farm, he still lacks money. Cluck, cluck, cluck. Just when Leon was thinking about how to make money, he suddenly heard the sound of a hen laying eggs. Leon slapped his head and realized that he was only paying attention to the farm area and didn't care about the ranch area. 1, 2, 3, 4. As expected, there are 30 chicken eggs, 10 duck eggs, 10 goose eggs, and 10 rabbit cubs. When Leon looked at the chicken, duck, goose eggs and rabbit cubs, a message appeared. I never thought that the eggs produced by the chickens, ducks and geese on this ranch would not hatch even if they were fertilized. Okay, I can accept that, but why don't baby rabbits take up space and can't they give birth to the next generation when they grow up? This happy farm must have been sent by a penguin. They are so greedy that they don't want anyone to take advantage of them. When I bought these chicken, duck, goose and rabbit chicks yesterday, I did it so that I wouldn't have to spend money to continue buying these ordinary animals in the future. I specially bought 3 hens, a rooster, and 1 male and 1 female duck and goose. We also purchased 2 rabbit cubs, 1 male and 1 female. The purpose is to allow these animals to grow up and reproduce. Leon had a good idea, but he was blocked by Happy Farm. If he wanted to continue, he could only buy cubs from the mall. Fortunately, after careful research, Leon discovered that the baby rabbits born by rabbits can be processed as food after they grow up. The most important point is that the chicken, duck, goose eggs and the baby rabbits born do not take up the number of farmland. Yesterday, Leon bought chickens, ducks, geese and rabbit chicks. A first-level ranch can only raise 10 animals, except for the rabbits that were spared by Happy Farm. If you want more chickens, ducks and geese, you have to continue to buy the cubs in the mall. Leon had one thought: 4 adult chickens, 2 adult ducks and 2 adult geese. All of them were stored by Leon in the warehouse of Happy Farm. Fortunately, time stood still here and the chickens, ducks and geese would not die. There is currently no storage limit in the warehouse. Leon purchased 4 baby chickens, 2 baby ducks and 2 baby geese to put on the ranch. As for what these small animals eat, there is grass in the ranch that is refreshed every day, and it also contains small insects that chickens and ducks like to eat. Leon knew that geese are herbivores and don't eat bugs and so on. After finishing everything, Leon left the Happy Farm space and returned to the room. While it's still early and there's still more than an hour before dark, let's go try out what improvements and changes there are after eating the fire attribute fruit. A few minutes later, Leon arrived at the river where he had been training for the past 2 days. Fire style, great fireball technique. Still 3 seals per second, a huge fireball with a diameter of more than 5 meters slammed into the water surface. Looking at the mist that rose after the fireball came into contact with the water surface, Leon was very satisfied with the power of this ninjutsu. It's time to practice this hand seal making speed seriously. The hand seal making speed must be improved. The power of the Great Fireball technique just now was no weaker than that of the Great Fireball technique released by the Jounin. After all, Kakashi and Sasuke with 3 Magatama released a huge fireball technique with a diameter of about 5 meters. In the later period, the diameter of the fireballs released by Sasuke exceeded 5 meters. When he fought against Takaichi, the diameter was estimated to be more than 20 meters. Several consecutive fire escape collisions caused the temperature in that area to rise sharply, and dark clouds appeared in the sky. This artificial environment also gave Sasuke the ability to release the S-level ninjutsu, lightning release. Kirin. Leon released the Great Fireball technique 3 times again, and deliberately increased the amount of chakra input. However, there is no situation where increasing the amount of chakra can increase the diameter of the fireball. Leon guessed that it might be because he ate 3 fire attribute fruits, which increased the power of his fireball, including the diameter of the fireball has also increased a lot. In order to verify this conclusion, Leon used the wind cutting technique. In terms of overall power, it was slightly stronger than yesterday, with little change. Sure enough, my guess was right. Once the fire attribute chakra is transformed, the next one will be the wind attribute fruit. After training fire style and wind style for a while, Leon began to practice taijutsu and the speed of hand seals. When it was almost dark, Leon returned home and found himself a little hungry. When eating barbecue in the afternoon, Leon ate until he was 60% full. If he had not exercised just now, he would not feel hungry. I just happened to eat a chicken from a ranch. I wonder how it tastes. From the introduction information of the Big Rooster, genin and below can increase nutrition and physical strength. I don't know if I can gain weight, but even if I can't, it will definitely provide nutrition and fill my stomach. At present, Leon doesn't know whether he has the strength of a chunin. Maybe he has it, maybe he doesn't, and he is still a genin. But there is one thing Leon can be sure of, his physical skills and physique are definitely still at the genin stage. Thinking about it this way, Leon felt that the Big Rooster on this level of ranch still had an effect on him. Take out the Big Rooster from the Happy Farm warehouse. Kill the chicken and pluck its feathers. Leon started making his favorite dish, Chan roast chicken. After working for an hour, it was already dark outside. Let me taste the texture and flavor of this big cock. Wow! It's so delicious. My cooking skills are just average, but the meat of this Big Rooster is very good. Leon never expected that the roast chicken he made casually would be so delicious. This gave Leon a new idea. He could give it a try tomorrow. If successful, the income would be much higher than doing D-level missions in Konoha. After eating and washing up, Leon fell asleep quietly. The next morning, also before 8 o'clock, Class 6 gathered outside the mission hall. This time, I didn't see Team 7, which includes Naruto and Sasuke. Today 3D level tasks are normal D-level tasks. They are the king bathhouse, milk the cows and feed them grass, help the old lady at the east end of the village to go on a date with the old man at the west end of the village. I don't know if it because of the experience from yesterday mission, but today 3D level missions were completed very easily in just half a day. At noon, the 6th class went to Akiraku to eat ramen. Now that we have completed today 3D rank missions, after dividing the money, let go to the 6th training ground together to continue your training from yesterday. Today 3D tasks are relatively ordinary, so they don't give the highest reward of 10,000 taels like yesterday. The 3D level tasks together are less than 20,000 taels. In the end, Leon got less than 2,000 taels. This made Leon feel that relying solely on the rewards of doing D-level tasks in the village would really limit his growth. Teacher, I want go to this training. I learned the Konoha whirlwind yesterday. Leon had other things to do in the afternoon and didn't plan to accompany the other two members in their tree climbing and water treading training. Is that so? Okay? Go ahead and do your work. Saratobi Hayate did not refuse Leon's request. Yai, who is he? Both of you, work hard and try to learn how to tread water this afternoon. Yesterday, Leon discovered that his two teammates were almost able to master the skill of tree climbing. Today they both took some time to learn how to climb trees, but the next step is treading water. Leon figured half a day wouldn't be enough time for the two of them to learn to tread water. Leon guessed that with their talents, they would be able to fully control it in 2 or 3 days. After all, his two teammates were also genin who graduated from the elite class. Haha, no problem. We promise we can learn it. By Leon. Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko waved goodbye to Leon. After leaving class 6, Leon went directly to the vegetable market and bought the necessary seasonings and marinades, cooking oil, and tools. After buying everything he needed, Leon returned home and started making it. After working for a total of 5 hours, Leon brought the finished food and pushed the small food cart he bought to the food street where there was more traffic. There are already quite a few people setting up stalls here, most of them selling delicious snacks. Boy, What kind of food are you selling? I have never seen it before. It smells delicious. A ninja in a green vest stopped in front of Leon's stall and looked at the food on the food truck curiously. This is white cut chicken. This is roast duck. This is secret roast goose. This is spicy braised rabbit. And there are also braised chicken, duck and goose eggs. Yep. That's what Leon spent the entire afternoon working on. While Leon was explaining, he took out a small sign that he had prepared from under the food truck. It says the product price list. 1. Braised egg 300 liang per egg. 2. Braised duck eggs 400 taels each. 3. Braised goose egg 500 taels per egg. 4. Boiled chicken 5,000 taels per whole chicken. 5. Roast duck 8,000 taels per whole duck. 6. Secret roast goose 10,000 taels per whole goose. 7. Spicy braised rabbit 10,000 taels per whole rabbit. The Akimeki family charges 500 taels for a plate of ordinary barbecued meat, which weighs only 2 taels. This good thing with attribute bonus is not expensive, and the ingredients are really good. The food they made was really delicious. It is because the food is so delicious that Leon dares to sell it at such a price. So expensive, an old hen that hasn't been slaughtered at the market costs less than 1,000 taels. As for the other things, the ninja didn't know the price, but he loved eating chicken very much, so he would eat them when he had time. He would go to the market in person, buy an old hen, and ask his wife to cook it for him. The chickens I use to make boiled chicken are a different breed from the common chicken sold in the market. Would you like to buy one to try? This boiled chicken will not disappoint you, senior. After Leon bought these things, he had less than 40,000 taels of money left, which was basically all used up. Hearing what you said, it doesn't sound like you are trying to fool me. Then I will have a boiled chicken to try. After all, I love eating chicken so much. 5,000 taels were enough for him to buy 5 ordinary old hens at the vegetable market. However, he was attracted by the aroma of the boiled chicken and decided to splurge. Okay, please wait a moment, senior. I will chop it for you right away. Senior, your boiled chicken is ready. Please take it. Welcome to visit us next time. In less than a minute, Leon chopped the whole poached chicken, packed it up and gave a small box of sauce. The ninja took Leon poached chicken and started eating it on the spot without leaving. Haha, you didn't lie to me. This boiled chicken is really delicious. The meat is tender and juicy, especially with the sauce. Give me another one. My wife also likes to eat chicken. Oh, and give me 3 eggs each. Duck eggs and goose eggs. I will take them away. When this ninja in a green vest was eating boiled chicken, many people looked at his reaction. They want to know whether the new delicacy tastes good or not. If the ninja fails, they won't buy it. It seems that this new delicacy should be good, and some people have started buying it. Okay, the things you want will be ready soon. Leon didn't expect that this unknown ninja senior would actually buy it again. I immediately started to work happily, packed the things skillfully, collected the money, and left. Once someone buys it, others will buy it, and many curious people will come to see this new delicacy with its tempting aroma. 3 boiled chickens, 2 roast ducks, 2 secret roast geese, and 10 braised rabbits. The braised chicken, duck and goose eggs were all sold out in just 30 minutes. 38 tilde, 300 equals 9,010 a tilde, 400 equals 4,010 a tilde, 500 equals 5,003 a tilde. 5,000 equals 150028 tilde, 8,000 equals 160028 tilde, 10000 equals 20010 tilde, 10000 equals 10000, a total of 169,000 taels. You should know that the reward for an A-level task is 150,000 to 1 million taels of silver. If you accept the lowest A-level mission reward, you will have to deduct the Konoha Organization Commission and the Team Members Commission. An income of 20,000 taels is considered good. Hey kid, you are a ninja too, right? Can you come and sell these delicacies tomorrow? I also want to buy a roast duck tomorrow. I have to say, the roast duck you made tastes really good, and you are also very good at slicing the roast duck. especially when it is wrapped in dough and cucumber strips with sauce. It is really delicious. This man is also a ninja wearing a green vest, and he is very impressed with Leon craftsmanship. Most people who buy Leon products try it once or twice, and no one thinks it tastes bad. That right. Please get some more. I want to buy something but you don't have it anymore. Can you come over tomorrow? I can wait here in advance. Another customer who wanted to buy asked with some complaints. If nothing goes wrong tomorrow, I will be selling at this time and place. Please make way for me. I am closing the stall. Leon income made several stall owners nearby envious. But no one came to make trouble, because the Kanoa forehead protector on Leon's forehead shows that he is not an ordinary person, but a ninja. Even if he is a genin, in the eyes of ordinary people, he is someone who cannot be provoked. Before dark, Leon returned home with the food truck. It took half an hour to clean and organize everything. Sure enough, you still need to have a side job. Otherwise your income won't increase. Leon felt relieved when he thought that he had sold 169,000 taels of silver in just 30 minutes. If you continue to have this kind of income every day, it should be enough to buy products from the mall in the early stage. Leave 10,000 taels of money for reserve and put the rest into the mall. Then Leon entered the Happy Farm space. As usual, 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer and 3 bags of ordinary feed were purchased. Eat 6 ripe fire attribute fruits. Use 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer to ripen 18 intermediate chakra fruits. This time Leon did not continue to plant chakra fruits, but planted 3 plots of spiritual fruits intermediate, the fruit of the 3 lands intermediate on the red soil. Leon planted 6 wind attribute fruit seeds this time. According to yesterday plan, the chickens, ducks, geese, rabbits, and chicken, duck and goose eggs were put into the warehouse. Buy chicken, duck and goose chicks again. Of the nearly 160,000 taels of silver that were recharged, only 100,000 taels of silver are left. Sure enough, the money consumption is quite high. If I hadn't made the changes, I would have been counting on the reward for the D-level mission. It will take until the year of the monkey and the horse to have enough money to spend. Leon casually threw a fire attribute fruit into his mouth. These fruits basically melt in your mouth. In less than a minute, Leon had eaten all the fruits. Soon these fruits transformed into Leon chakra, and help him complete the transformation of fire attribute form. Open the properties panel and take a look. The change of the fire attribute form is completed, and the word form is added. The chakra column also changed again. The original 2,222 chakras have now become 4,024. That right. In addition to the 1,800 chakras increased by consuming chakras, there are also the 2 chakras increased today. In fact, Leon really wanted to go out and try to go to the river to see how powerful the fire style, Great Fireball technique was after completing the form change. Can the diameter of the fireball exceed 10 meters? Kakashi was born with 5 types of chakra, but he was able to truly transform his form. There is only lightning attribute chakra, and maybe the earth attribute chakra has also been completed. However, the water, fire, and wind attribute chakras definitely did not complete their transformation. Otherwise, Kakashi fire style ninjutsu wouldn't be so bad. After leaving the Happy Farm space, Leon washed up and went straight to bed. The next day, I completed 3D level tasks in the morning. Leon left first just like yesterday. Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko, the 2 of them did just as Leon predicted. I even mastered the ability to tread water. Today, Saratobi Hayate did not accompany the 2 of them, so he let them find a place by themselves to get familiar with treading water. Saratobi Hayate explained to them the uses and tricks of the ability to tread water. Now, what the 2 of them need is to take the time to familiarize themselves with and thoroughly master the ability of treading water. Leon didn't plan to waste time before learning new Taijutsu, ninjutsu and genjutsu. With the Happy Farm space, He doesn't need to spend a lot of time exercising or taking special medicine to enhance his physical fitness like other ninjas, because a physical fitness fruit primary level can rival the physique and fitness of a genin who specializes in physical techniques. A spiritual fruit primary level can greatly increase the spiritual power of a genin who has worked hard to practice illusion techniques. Leon knows what's most important to him. Of course, it is to make money and use it to develop myself. After returning home, Leon started cooking delicious food just like yesterday. Same stall hours, same sales location. Today was even faster than yesterday, and it was sold out in about 20 minutes. The income is higher than yesterday. After all, there is one more chicken and 10 eggs. A group of people were waiting in line, but there was nothing to sell, and many people started complaining. I hope Leon can make more delicious food. Can Leon agree to their request? Of course not, because it is a first-level ranch. Only so many animals can mature every day. Today income is 8,000 taels more than yesterday. As usual, 10,000 taels were left, and the remaining 160,000 taels were all put into the mall. Also buy 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer and 3 bags of ordinary feed. 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer are used on the spiritual and physical fruits. 10 days were shortened at once, but these 2 kinds of fruits still need a month to mature. Leon calculated that with 3 bags of regular fertilizer per day, plus 1 day of growth, it would only take 2 days for the seeds to mature. With a wave of his hand, 6 wind attribute fruits flew into his hand. Then he bought 3 wind attribute fruit seeds and 3 earth attribute fruit seeds. After eating 6 wind attribute fruits, Leon left the happy farm space. Soon another 2 days passed, and both Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko had completely mastered the ability to tread water. There are no special tasks these 2 days. There are still 3D level tasks every day, and the daily reward does not exceed 2,000 taels. Fortunately, Leon boiled chicken, roast duck and other braised dishes are very popular, and his daily income is basically close to 170,000 taels. In 2 days, Leon not only completed the transformation of the wind attribute chakra, but also completed the transformation of the lightning attribute chakra on the same day. Currently, only the water and earth attributes have not been completed. Today is also the day when the spiritual fruits and physical fruits are ripe. Using the 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer purchased today, Leon obtained 9 spiritual fruits intermediate and 9 physical fruits intermediate. These fruits were basically the same size. Leon didn't continue to look at the fruits, but ate them one bite at a time. Soon he felt a comfortable warmth flowing through his body, followed by a feeling of relaxation in his brain. Leon waited until these feelings stopped before opening the property panel to check. Happy Farmer, Leon from Yamashiro, 12 years old. Attributes: Fire form, Wind form, Earth, Water, Thunder form. Ninjutsu, Chakra extraction technique, 3 body technique, Fire style, Great Fireball technique. Wind style, Wind cutting technique. Taijutsu, Kanoa whirlwind illusion, non-bloodline, non-chakra, 4,500 strength. Jonin. After eating the spiritual fruit and physical fruit, no changes were seen on the attribute panel, but Leon remembered that his chakra was 4,028 before he ate these 2 fruits. 2 chakras are added every day, and 4 chakras are added in 2 days. Now, without eating the chakra fruit, the chakra has increased by 472. Leon guessed that the sudden increase in chakra was probably inseparable from the 2 fruits he had just eaten. A spirit fruit intermediate allows Leon to have the ability to resist Chunin illusions. A physical strength fruit intermediate can make Leon physique comparable to that of a physical skill Chunin. Leon ate 9 fruits of both kinds, and his mental and physical strength were not much worse than that of a Jonin, because if you eat 10 of them, you can become a Jonin. Before leaving the happy farm space, Leon planted 6 earth attribute fruit seeds on the red soil. On the ordinary land, 1 piece was planted with red fruit, 1 piece was planted with blue fruit, and the remaining 4 pieces were all planted with chakra fruits. Now that his physical and mental abilities have improved, Leon decided to continue growing the fruit that increases chakra. However, He was quite curious about the effects of the red and blue fruits and planned to store some for future use. Another 3 days passed, and on this day Leon had completed the remaining changes in the 2 chakra forms, water and earth. Because Leon uses 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer every day to ripen the fruits, it just so happens that this day is also the day when red, blue and chakra fruits ripen on ordinary land. 3 red and 3 blue fruits, 12 chakra fruits. Leon waved his hand, and all 6 pieces of ordinary land and 6 pieces of red land were planted with chakra fruits. After eating 12 chakra fruits this time, Leon chakra reached 5,706, surpassing Sasuke chakra. It is less than 300 points away from the passing line of elite Jonin. At present, the transformations of his 5 types of chakra forms have all been completed. Therefore, there is no need to continue growing first-level special crops on red soil. It would be a waste to leave it empty, so Leon also planted chakra fruit seeds on the red soil. There is no rush to eat the chakra fruit now, and Leon does not plan to use up all 3 bags of ordinary fertilizer he bought every day as he did before. He planned to let the chakra fruits he planted this time mature naturally. If not used for 10 days, 30 bags of ordinary fertilizer can be stored. I took a look at the 24 bags of ordinary feed that had hardly been used since they were purchased. Leon left the space very satisfied and went back to his room to sleep. In the following days, Leon completed tasks in the morning and set up a stall to sell food to make money in the afternoon. As I completed D-level missions in Konoha village day after day, a month passed quickly. During this period, when Leon Team 6 was on a mission, they not only met Kakashi Team 7, they also met Team 8 led by Kurenai Yui, and Team 10 led by Asuma Saratobi. 20 days later, Leon harvested a total of 72 chakra fruits intermediate. Originally there were 5,706 chakras, but because 2 chakras were added every day, 40 chakras were added after 20 days, including the newly added 7,200 chakras. Leon's current chakra level is 12,946. Using Kakashi as the unit of measurement, it is only 1.3 calories of chakra. Before 8 o'clock that morning, Team 6 was waiting outside the mission hall as usual with Leon and the other 2. Leon was chatting with Kazuha and Keiko. At this time, Team 7, led by Kakashi, was seen coming out of the Hokage building with someone Leon knew. This person is the bridge expert from the Land of Waves. His name is Daizina. This is the beginning of the mission of Wave Country. Looking at the backs of Class 7 as they left, Leon withdrew his attention and stopped paying attention. Leon remembered that about 4 months after their graduation, Konoha Chunin exams began. It has been a month since their graduation and there are still 3 months until the Chunin exam. During the Chunin exam, the danger level was quite high. There were 2 most dangerous ones. One of them was Gaara. Another one is Orochimaru, who entered the Forest of Death in disguise. The overall strength of their Class 6 is pretty good. In terms of overall strength, the 3 of them are no weaker than Naruto, Sasuke and Sakura. Today our Team 6 will go out of the village to do a C-rank mission. Yai, you always want to do a C-rank mission. Right now is your chance. After doing D-level missions for a month, not to mention Matsushita Ikaya and Murakami Keiko, even Leon was reluctant to continue doing D-level missions. For a month, most of them completed 3 D-level tasks every day, and occasionally 4. In general, after a month, their Class 6 had successfully completed 100 D-level tasks. That great, Saratobi-sensei. Finally, we don't have to continue doing boring D-rank missions. The one who reacted the most when hearing Saratobi's 8 words was Matsushita Ikaya. Okay, I will give you half an hour to prepare. Go back and get the tools you need. This is a mission to eliminate bandits. It's not too far from the village. Only about 40 kilometers. We can leave in the morning and finish the task and come back in the afternoon. Okay, I will wait for you at the entrance of the village. Now disperse. As Saratobi 8 disbanded, Leon and the other 2 immediately left the mission hall. After returning, Leon checked his ninja tool bag, bought 2 ration pills, and arrived at the village gate half an hour ago. Leon, I heard that you set up a stall to sell delicious food every afternoon. Kazuha and Keiko haven't arrived yet, so Saratobi Hayate starts chatting with Leon. Yes, teacher, I need a lot of money. The reward from doing D-level tasks in the village is not enough, so I started to set up a stall to make money. This is not something shameful, and Konoha has no rules that prohibit ninjas from setting up stalls to do business and make money. I see. I will try your cooking when I get a chance. Saratobi Hayate looked at the other two students who had come over and did not continue the conversation. Class 6 is here. Let go. After passing the inspection of the two gate gods, Kamatsuki Izumo and Koko Tetsu, Saratobi Hayate took Leon and the other two out of the village. This is the scenery outside the village. There are so many trees and the air outside feels so fresh. When a leaf from a pine tree leaves the village, it cries out excitedly and happily like a bird leaving a cage. Speaking of trees, among the 5 major ninja villages, only our Konoha village has the most trees. Saratobi Hayate led the way in front, chatting casually with Matsushita Ikaya. But he did not relax his vigilance around him. 10 kilometers away from Konoha village, Saratobi Hayate stopped chatting with the 3 students and began to ask Leon and the others to pay attention to safety and be alert. For more than an hour, Class 6 did not speak and continued on their journey seriously. The person in front is our employer for this mission. He is the village chief. We need the information he can give us to complete the mission. Saratobi Hayate stopped for a while 100 meters away from a village, and then led the 3 people into the village. As soon as the 4 of them entered, someone recognized the Konoha forehead protectors on their foreheads and the Konoha-specific green vest on Saratobi Hayate. Are you the Konoha ninja masters? The village chief was talking about. A middle-aged man in his early 30s asked with some fear. These common people are very afraid of ninjas. We are Konoha ninjas. We were hired by your village chief and we have something to ask him now. Saratobi Hayate stated the purpose of their visit. It was also at this time that the villagers who saw Saratobi Hayate and his companions had already notified the village chief to come over. After the village chief came over, he gave Saratobi Hayate the information he needed and their request for the mission. Then Saratobi Hayate took Leon and the other 2 away. See that mountain at the foot of a mountain 6 kilometers away from the village. After Saratobi Hayate and others arrived, he pointed at the mountain. You guys take a rest here. I will assign you this mission after I finish checking. Generally speaking, tasks like this one of eliminating bandits do not require the involvement of team leaders like them. This is a test for the 3 students in the team, and also a chance for them to see blood and quickly adapt to the dangerous profession of ninja. After saying this, Saratobi Hayate disappeared from the spot without paying any attention to Leon and the other 2. Leon, Keiko, did you say that Saratobi-sensei brought us here so that the 3 of us could go up the mountain to fight the bandits? I wonder if there are any ninjas among these bandits. One leaf of Matsushita said excitedly that he really wanted to meet ninjas and fight with them. 1 month after graduation, he had already learned the fire style, great fireball technique. Now I am thinking of finding an enemy ninja to test the power of his great fireball technique. Under normal circumstances, it is unlikely that ninjas will appear in C-rank missions like this one. Even if there are only 1 or 2 genin. If there are more than 3 genin together, then such a bandit suppression mission should be a B-level mission. Leon doesn't think there will be any ninjas in this C-rank mission, but this is not absolute, because unexpected situations may arise during the mission, and this kind of situation may occur. Saratobi Hayate just went out to investigate the situation of the bandits. Not only Leon knew this, but also Akaya Matsushita and Keiko Murakami knew it. In other words, this guy, Matsushita Ikaiba, can't stop talking and is a bit of a chatterbox. Leon is right. Kazuha, you should be quiet too. We will wait here for Saratobi-sensei to come back. Who is? He rolled his eyes at Yai and found a clean stone to sit down and rest. Leon found it a little funny to see Yai's expression as he wanted to say something but was holding back after Keiko said something to him. Using the detection function, Leon looked at the chakra levels of the two. Matsushita Ikaya has 185 chakras and Murakami Keiko has 190 chakras. In fact, a month ago, neither of them had a chakra of more than 140. Leon had investigated Saratobi High 8 chakra some time ago, and it was 2,500 chakras. There is still 500 chakras left to reach the passing mark of 3,000 chakras for becoming a Jonin. As time passed, about half an hour later, Saratobi High appeared not far from the three of them. Leon and the other two looked at Saratobi High 8 warily. "Tell us our team secret code." Matsushita Ikaiba was the first to speak. This was what Saratobi High 8 taught them when they were on a mission in the village, and he also gave the team a secret code. "One leaf doesn't eat fish." Saratobi High 8 did not show any impatience and said the secret code of their team 6. "The code is correct. Welcome back, Saratobi-sensei." Only when Matsushita heard Saratobi High 8 say the correct code did he relax his guard. This weird code was also thought up by Matsushita Ikaiba, and Leon and the others did not object. "Teacher, how is your inspection going?" Leon asked about the bandits in the mountains. "After my investigation, there are 31 bandits in total. Their leader is a wandering ninja with the strength of a genin. Your mission this time is to kill all the bandits and rescue the 3 women inside. They are all villagers from the village just now. Remember not to let these 3 women die. I will not help you during this mission." He has already checked the mission for them and there were no unexpected events. As for the next mission, Saratobi High 8 does not plan to help them too much. If they want to grow quickly and become a qualified ninja, they will have to face and adapt to such things sooner or later. "Okay, teacher." Under Saratobi High 8 order, Leon and the other two quietly went up the mountain. There were 31 bandits, and only one stray genin. Such a bandit could not pose any threat to Leon and the other two. The only thing worth noting is to ensure the safety of the 3 female villagers. "Leon, how about leaving that wandering genin to me? You go and kill the remaining 30 bandits, and Keiko goes to find the 3 female villagers and protect them."